Hello everybody and welcome back to World of Warships Legends. My name is Spartan Elite 43 and tonight we are going to do the patch notes and I completely forgot about them, so I'm a little late. So let's get straight into it. May update, Sea Giants! The maintenance times will be May 15th from 2 to 5 a.m. Central Time, which is 7 to 10 a.m. UTC. Update sizes for the Xbox One S and X is 4,500 megabytes. For the Xbox Series S and X will be 4,600. For the PS4, 4,600. PS5, 768. iOS, 6,080 megabytes. And Android, 5,950 megabytes. All right, let's get straight into it. The Sea Giants. Captains, summer is just ahead. Let's prepare for it with the new updates, shall we? Before we get stuck in, be sure to gear up with 6 Regia Marina camos. Redeem the code B8P947NL2X at wowslegends.com /codes-redeemer. All right. So, campaign ship to unlock is the A gear. The Italian destroyers are in early access. The 3 brawl seasons, 5-week calendar, new tier 8 ships to research, and various balance changes plus more. Italian destroyers are in early access. It's time to deliver a fresh line of ships for you to research so you can give our balance department some more numbers to crunch once you're done unleashing the beasts. These destroyers have a special engine boost consumable that's more powerful than it is for other nations, but also doesn't work as long. Additionally, the exhaust smoke generator from Italian cruisers is making its way to the destroyers. Finally, they are equipped with SAP shells in addition to the HE ammunition, giving you an option to inflict reliable direct damage when required. We expect new ships to be very competitive in 1v1 destroyer situations, but their visibility will hinder their performance if there are too many watchful eyes. Isolate your targets wherever possible and get out of dodge using your consumables if things get too hot. I actually like the fact that they got the Italian colors flying over. This is kind of cool. It's pretty sick. It's actually a really nice poster. Might steal it. Okay. The new ships are available through crates that are sprinkled throughout the campaign and the new calendar. This time, however, you can also try your luck with random bundles. We'll tell you how this new way of acquiring items works in a dedicated article next week. The Jotun of the Seas campaign. I apologize if I say this wrong. I want to say it's Jotun, but I could be wrong. Jotun? I don't know. Somebody's going to have to let me know. The Aegir, the Norse giant who rules the seas, finds himself stamped on the steel armor of an impressive German cruiser project. The would-be O-class cruiser is armed with 9 12-inch guns, housed in 3 turrets, and serving a 2x4 533mm torpedo launchers, made to finish off those unfamiliar with the etiquette of keeping distance on the cold waves. Let's take a look at what goods you can acquire as campaign rewards, both with and without the Admiralty backing. So, with Admiralty backing, or without Admiralty backing, you get all of this, worth a total of 14,633 doubloons. With Admiralty backing, you get all of that, plus you get all of this, plus the ship Aegir, for a total of 71,300 doubloons worth of stuff. The Squadron's Fugente 5-week calendar, whatever that is, I apologize. We present a new calendar that works the same as the hunt for the Agincourt, or Agincourt, whatever you want to call it, and holiday calendars. This time, it will run for 5 weeks with daily and weekly rewards on offer. The final reward is the new Italian destroyer commander, Carlo Bergamini, available during this update only through the calendar and arriving in your roster already promoted to rank 7. We'll cover Squadron Sfagente in detail very soon in a special article. Feature is not yet available on mobile. Tier 8 ships. You got the Brindisi. Did somebody say more Tier 8 non-battleships? Good, because that's what we've got. We've got Soviet cruiser Petropavlovsk coming in. We have the Soviet destroyer Neustrashimi, whatever. Anti-Shima, we'll call it. Italian cruiser Brindisi, the Italian battleship Lepanto, and Pan-European destroyer the Smolensk. As you can see, one more battleship still slipped through our nets. Oops. Whatever. Brawl returns. 3 Brawl seasons with fun new rules are present in this update. The first variant mode gets underway on June 1st. Stay tuned for a breakdown in our blog post before it commences. Arpeggio returns to the shore. A sweet surprise Arpeggio Blue Steel's Ars Nova content will be available in full from May 15th through June 5th. Go to the store to find themed ships, commanders, and crates. So it doesn't say that new stuff is on the way. It's just bringing back the Arpeggio stuff. So for those of you who haven't had a chance to get like Haruna and so on, like Haruna, if you guys like your secondaries, Haruna is definitely going to help you there. Highly recommend it. So this is your chance to get that. New ships of the update. The American Tier 7 premium battleship Constellation. Besides her beautiful name, this magnificent ship features torpedoes and the radar consumable. Not bad for a battleship. She'll be available in the store starting May 22nd on her own and as part of an XL and XXL bundle. Italian Tier 6 premium destroyer, the FR-25. That sounds like a freaking fighter plane. For those of us in the U.S. who like when you see an F in front of a number, usually that means a fighter. So that's kind of funny. Exhaust smoke generator, SAP shells, and engine boost to top it off. A swift damage machine is at your service. This ship will be available in the store starting June 5th. Pan American Battleship Commander Enrique Fernandez. Thank God! Please be a brawler type commander. He will be available through a special mission that you'll get while purchasing Atlantico in the store. Captains who already have Atlantico will receive the assignment automatically in the first days of the update. Okay, so I will definitely be getting that because I want to check out Enrique Fernandez. Definitely. And like I said, I really hope that he is a brawler sort of secondary specific commander. That would be nice. Balance changes. This batch of balance changes includes changes to various ships, including French battleships, as well as changes to epic modernizations and a major reshuffle of ship traits. Details are available in our latest Ministry of Balance article, but you probably spotted them already. We've also introduced new versions of higher tier maps that have been reworked for mid-tier battles. You should find 5 new scenarios to battle on from Tiers 3 to Tier 6. Bug fixes. The incidence of incorrect ship parts becoming damage saturated should now be close to 0. This refers to cases where a shell hits a ship's bow but the stern became fully damaged, for example. Okay. Fixed ship win rate numbers displaying differently on various statistics screens. Some stellar clash mode medals displayed incorrect titles in the service record. Izumo's detectability after firing main guns was incorrectly shown as less than her detectability range by sea. Fixed weird turret behavior on Benson with the Halloween skin equipped. New Orleans radar now correctly rotates. If only New Orleans actually had a radar. Wouldn't that be interesting? The rather be torching skill description incorrectly displayed 2 kilometers activation distance at every rank. Added missing card flip sound to various collection browsing actions. Mobile. When zooming in and out of epicenter circles on the tactical map, the circles did not scale up and down correctly. More mobile. Incorrectly colored textures, sometimes popping up on damage-saturated ship parts. More mobile. Improved compatibility with Snapdragon 8 Gen 1 Android devices. More mobile. Repeated use of smoke generators sometimes didn't produce an effect icon. And more mobile. The ship obtained message was missing the actual ship title. Mobile. We're also delivering some new features for the mobile version of Legends. Those are new client for Android devices, be sure to download it. You can now log into the game with Google services on iOS. Service record, first iteration. Optimize secondary menu item buttons. Performance optimization. Both slim and full game clients now have reduced size and various other bug fixes. Other remaining Racing Legends tokens were converted into credits, with one Race Legends token equaling 1,500 credits. Frag counter camos for Conqueror, Napoli, and Kleber added to the Forge. Oh my god. They probably didn't change anything with them either. Probably 5,000 freaking steel apiece. Oof. Anyway, so there's your balance, or there's your patches. Now let's jump over to the balance changes, shall we? The Ministry of Balance reports ship trimming. Let's see how this goes. I'm going to say that Kansas probably getting a tweak here, if I had to guess. Have I absolutely dominated with Kansas enough to make Wargaming nerf it? That is the question. Welcome back to the May edition of the Ministry of Balance report. This update, we're focusing on some of the ships that appear in your feedback on occasion. That's not all, though. Epic ship modernizations are also getting tweaked. Epic modifications tweaks. This change is relatively simple. The activation requirements for the Epic modernizations have been changed to simply account for damage rather than shell hits, citadel hits, and torpedo hits. Ships with really long reload times were disadvantaged compared to fast reloading ships whenever using modernizations like the main battery mod 3, and you also shared your feedback expressing wishes to get this changed for a more equal playing field across all ship types. To activate a stage of your epic modernization now, you simply need to inflict 30,000 damage with your ship by any means during the battle. To max out, you need to inflict 150,000 damage. So, in theory, this is actually going to mean that we get more activations overall. The Citadel hits, I mean, let's be honest, while it does happen occasionally, like, getting Citadels in this game is not easy. You get screwed over quite a bit, and Citadels are kind of iffy at times. So, a lot of times, even the Epic Epic Artillery Plotting Room, like, you wouldn't trigger it very often. Like, you get maybe one tweak of it. This way, you're going to be triggering this all the time. My Kansas is about to take a step even further into it. And I might actually end up changing that to adding it to, like, Montana or something. Just because now I don't need the Citadels to trigger it, I just need damage. So that would make my freaking Montana even more accurate, which would be insane. So we'll see. We might end up changing that over to the Montana. Or, God forbid, if we ever get Vermont. Good Lord. That would be ridiculous. Ship overview traits refreshed. We went through the overview traits for all of the ships currently in the game with a fine-tooth comb, refreshing traits to match changes made to the ship or more closely fit the intended playstyle. We hope the changes improve the accuracy of the traits and lead to less confusion in the future. You mean like saying somebody has big guns when they have like the smallest gun in their class? Or, this is a tanky battleship when it actually has no armor, things like that. We'd never see that. For example, Yamato's superior HE damage trait has been replaced with superior AP penetration. Over 75 ships have received or refreshed overview traits. This refresh does not change the performance of any ship in the game. Ship traits only describe gameplay aspects that a ship has. Alright. Ship balance changes. Did somebody say Charles Hughes buff? No. Did anybody? Did anybody actually? Flounder was and is still fairly unpopular as far as Tier 7 battleships are concerned, because it's Garbo. So we're buffing her damage output and survivability in various ways. Main battery reload time is reduced from 33 seconds to 32 seconds. The secondary battery increased from 5 to 6.8. That's actually kind of spicy. We might have a secondary build French battleship on our hands. It's not quite as good as the Massachusetts with the 7.5 kilometer base, but it should be right in the wheelhouse. Rudder shift time reduced from 16.6 to 15.1. Concealment improved from 15.5 to 15.2. Concealment when firing in smoke improved from 14.1 to 13.9. Concealment from aircraft improved from 12.4 to 12.1 kilometers. Chances of flooding have been increased because, you know, nothing spells fun in this game like increasing the chance of flooding to your ship. Yay. Champagne's primary armament is split across 2 turrets, one forward and one aft. This makes the ship a bit awkward to handle, so we're giving her a special buff. Main battery firing range increased from 17.78 to 1818. Rudder shift reduced from 15.5 to 14. And added a main battery reload booster to the Champagne. That's spicy. For those of you who don't know why that's spicy, Champagne's one of the most accurate battleships at Tier 7. Like, it really is. It may only have 2 guns, but if you can get that thing in a crossfire, which is not that difficult because it's decently sneaky and it has speed, you can get that thing into a crossfire. Now you're going to have a reload booster to go with it. That is spicy. Interesting. Definitely going to be checking that out. You lose your spotter plane, I think. But if you're losing your spotter plane to gain 2 charges of a reload booster, I'll take that. I'll take that any day. Sorry. The Gascogne, or Gascogne, however it's pronounced, is similar to Champagne in many ways, but she's much more durable. She's receiving a more straightforward buff. Main battery reload time reduced from 30 to 28 seconds. That's actually kind of spicy on its own. Main battery firing range increased from 17.5 to 17.8. Main battery AP shell damage increased from 11,900, that's a big buff, to 13,000. That's 1,100 damage buff per shell, potentially. That's actually kind of spicy. And then the rudder shift is reduced from 15.3 to 13.8. Again, that's a spicy buff. Like, that's a significant buff to the rudder. Charles Hughes. The main battery reload time reduced from 3.5 to 3 seconds. Torpedo reload time from 110 seconds to 100. Added defensive AA fire consumable. So, pretty fun. ZF6 does well in most regards, but she lacks survivability. So she gets more hit points. She goes from 17,000 to 18,000. The Taranto. After the release of SAP, we saw that her HE shells were lagging behind. Do they even read what they type sometimes? I wonder why her HE shells were lagging behind. Because all of the Italian cruiser HE is Garbo, and the SAP is better. So why are you trying to... This doesn't make any sense. Oh, Lord have mercy. Okay, main battery HE shell damage increased from 2,100 to 2,200 and goes from a 7% to an 8% chance to set fires. Same case as Taranto and Trent. It's actually the opposite for Trento for some reason. Her SAP shells were lagging behind her HE ones, so her SAP gets more damage. All right, well, there's no nerf to the Kansas, so we still get to have all the memes. So let me know what your guys' favorite thing you're looking forward to in this campaign is. Are you looking forward to the Aegir? Are you looking forward to the new Italian destroyer line? Are you looking forward to any of the new Tier 8 ships that are added? Let me know down in the comments, and if you like what I'm doing, punch the like button, leave a comment below, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and as always, I will see you in the next video.